I think I'm 1 minute early. It doesn't happen often. Excuse me. First time I've talked this morning. I've been up for um, almost 3 hours, 3.5, 2.5 hours or so. Um, but I like starting my day in quiet and silence. Um, sorry, distracted. Who do we have? We have Goga. Goga, my friend, welcome. Bright and early. I appreciate you being here. You've been, as always, just on point with your conversations that are making me see things in a different way. You and Toy Pops, as far as YouTube is concerned. Our friend Selma is here. Hey, Selma. Selma says hi. Nice to see you, Selma. So, we have some things to talk about. As always, we'll end up talking about YouTube, because I have a lot of friends, YouTube people who come here who are content creators. Content creator, for me, means artist. We always think of artists as someone with a paintbrush in their hand, someone with a chunk of clay in front of them, or a pen, blank screen in front, getting ready to write. And I consider myself a writer. That is part of my art. But YouTube is a great work of art. Hey, Tandra. YouTube is a wonderful work of art. It is also our spiritual practice. It's our work. So what are you doing with it? Is it supporting? Are you approaching it as art? Even if you think of it as a business, and has been pointed out by Goga as well as Toy Pups, YouTube is in the business of making money. When you help them make money, you get noticed, you get supported, and your channel gets promoted more, put out there more. Algorithms smile upon you. Hey, Runner Boy. Hey, Easy. However, don't approach it purely as a business. Don't approach what you do purely as a business. What you're doing is art. It's an art form. It's a modern art form. And we're creating it and recreating it moment by moment by moment, as we do with our lives. So that's pretty awesome that you get to present your own unique version of YouTube art every day, whatever it might be. And it might be the art of properly doing a beautiful squat, or it might be presenting chimpanzees in the morning so that people can come and relax and watch. It might be the art of conversation. It might be the art of teaching others how to approach their art. Everything's an art when you approach it that way. One of Runboy says, I'll be live soon. Nice. I'll be on the lookout for you. We're going to talk for a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can find a quote. It might not exist. Oh, there it is. Henry Nouwen. Nouwen. A beautiful quote. I'll get to it in a minute. Let's read from the Course in Miracles real quick. Hey, Cat and Jack. Good morning, Yogi. Hey, this is your last day off, right? This is your Sunday. Am I right about that? Or nope, you go back to work today. One boy says, Chandra, sorry guys, let me read on the laptop or the desktop. Easy says, hey Eric, how you doing, Easy? Tanya, do you film all those animal clips yourself? They're very good. Hey Dale. Hey Small Face. Yusef, did I get that right? Curtis says hello. Kat says you are correct. So it's a Sunday, your last day off. Enjoy it. So you know what? I often skip the manual for teachers in A Course in Miracles. I don't know why. I think it because it seemed to me a little presumptuous for me to think of myself as a teacher, let alone God's teacher. We're all God's teachers, but what are we teaching? In the manual for teachers, it says to teach is to demonstrate. There are only two thought systems, and you demonstrate that you believe one or the other is true all the time. From your demonstration, others learn, and so do you. The question is not whether you will teach, for in that there is no choice. The purpose of the course might be said to provide you the means of choosing what you want to teach on the basis of what you want to learn. You cannot give to someone else, but only to yourself, and this is what you learn through teaching. Teaching is but a call to witness, to attest to what you believe. It is a method of conversion. This is not done by words alone. Any situation must be to you a chance to teach others what you are and what they are to you. No more than that, but never less. I love that. Small Face says, so evil and good, is there a choice? There is an apparent choice. There appears to be a choice. Let's see. Dale says, hi brother, and always enjoy videos. Thank you. May I ask, is A Course in Miracles up there with your opinion as one of the most important books in modern times? Yes and no. You know, the Course itself says that there are many, many, many ways of realization. This is just one of them. Many believe it is the shortest way. It's a shortcut. That yoga takes a little bit longer, that Buddhism takes a little bit longer, that A Course in Miracles cuts right to the chase. It says, as I said right here, we are always teaching because we are always demonstrating. What is it we reach to? What is it that we wish to demonstrate? Do we want to demonstrate love, or do we want to demonstrate that we are an ego? In any minute, that's the only choice. So Small Face says evil and good is the choice. Not really. Because evil doesn't really exist. There is the appearance of ego. There is the apparently ego. But that doesn't make it real. What we are to demonstrate is what is real. And as the Course in Miracles says, only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. So in every moment, we can demonstrate reality, that love is real, or we can demonstrate the ego, that there is an apparent choice between good and evil. As long as we think there's a choice, we're going to choose one or we're going to choose the other. But when we see reality itself, we're only offering love. We teach only love because love is all there is. That's the goal. That's the important quote that I'm going to read in just a minute. Let's see. My fave cat says, And Dale says, I've heard there's a seeming choice, but no choice maker. Can you elaborate? I like that. Well, any contemplative tradition, from contemplative prayer to meditation, Buddhist meditation, yogic meditation, Sufi meditation, it doesn't matter which, self-inquiry, exploration of non-duality, the finger-pointing experiments by Douglas Harding, everything points to the absence of a self. The whole essence of Buddhism is realizing the absence of a self. Yoga, it is realizing the selfless self, Atman, the soul, spirit. Buddhism sees it a little differently. Um, so with the absence of a self, who can be making a choice? And you can literally see that and experience it. So maybe there's the appearance of a choice, but that doesn't mean there's a choice maker. There can't be. If you just look, you see it. And if you see it, you experience it. And in that experience, you see that choices arrive spontaneously. And in that spontaneity also comes the spontaneity of a choice. But afterwards, the thought system rushes in and says, I made this choice. The ego rushes in and says, I made this choice. Neuroscience shows that, so I make the decision of raising my hand. But my hand, if studied through the map making, neurological experiments showing on imagery that the decision to raise my hand actually happened after my hand started raising. So who can be the choice maker? Who made that choice to raise my hand if it started happening before I even had that thought? Let's see. Smallface says, okay, gotta go stretch. Just woke up. May go out. Enjoy your morning, Smallface. Bill says, thanks for answering. So realization can occur in infinite ways. Would you say every apparent one will one day realize what the Course holds to be true? Yes, I think so. When and how? I don't know. It's part of the mystery. So, with remembering what I read in Manual for Teachers, which has become one of the most important aspects of the Course for me. After 30 plus years of reading the Course, I don't know why it took me so long, but hey, it does when it does. We can demonstrate our belief in the ego. We can demonstrate our belief in fear, and that we are limited, separate from the source, or we can demonstrate forgiveness. We can demonstrate love. We can teach love any moment, in any situation, because that's what we need to learn. To demonstrate is to teach, and to teach is to learn. We teach what we most need to learn. I do like Paul Hederman. He's a good non-duality speaker. Yeah, I like his YouTube channel, the Zen Bitch Slap. Little Bits in Arizona says, hi, I'm from Austin Garrett's channel. Nice. Thanks for coming. Austin Garrett has a great channel. He has made a couple YouTube shorts featuring me doing some very weird things. Now, that doesn't mean in real life I don't do weird things, but Austin makes it even weirder. I appreciate what he does. He is a true artist. Let's see. Dill says, I plan to reactivate my Facebook today or tomorrow to get messages to speak to you if that's okay. Absolutely. Hey, Selma. I like Tim Kliss too. Selma says, hi, Yogi. Hi, Selma. A little bit is laughing. Have you seen his videos? Me and Jace, Stuart the Fish Whisperer is there. Or the Burpee Fisherman, sorry. Someone says hi to Arizona. So let me read Henry Nguyen. He was I believe he was a Jesuit priest. He might have been a Franciscan priest. I don't remember. I absolutely love this because it reminds me of YouTube. He was a great writer. He wrote quite a bit on Christianity. A very unique perspective. He was definitely a mystic. But here's his quote. I have always been complaining that my work was constantly interrupted. Then I realized that the interruption was my work, that the interruptions were my work. I love that. Because I think about that. Think about that if you are a live streamer and someone comes along and interrupts your live stream with a comment. Someone interrupts it with a question that seems completely off topic. Someone interrupts your life, your writing, your meditation. And if you're thinking, man, I'm constantly being interrupted, the interruptions were your work. The interruptions are your work. What do you do with an interruption? It's an opportunity to teach, an opportunity to demonstrate. You can demonstrate patience, tenderness, kindness, forgiveness, love. What a great opportunity to see. It hit me this morning when I read that quote for the third time, from yesterday and then last night and then this morning. And then this morning it really hit me what that meant. The interruptions are my work. All right. That's the message for today. Such as it is. Let's dive back in. Tanya says, Yogi, I'm listening while on the beach. Nice. So I guess, has it gotten a little warmer for you? I know the last time you said it was warm-ish. Warm-ish. Someone says, hi to Tundra. Dale says, I've heard many non-duality speakers say the message isn't about happiness. Isn't about happiness. It includes all states. Would you agree? Sort of. That's if we quantify happiness. If we say that happiness exists in opposition to unhappiness, that joy exists in opposition to suffering. If we're making that dichotomy, that, you know what I mean? It's, to me, that sort of implies a little bit of separation. We could say that, happiness is the occlusion of all states. Happiness is when we are no longer suffering distinctions, that we don't say, this makes me happy, this doesn't make me happy. This is just my own take. Happiness is the absence of suffering in the absence of happiness. Does that make sense? Let's see. Little bit says, I share you out. Well, thank you, my friend. Dill says, great work, brother. I think that's all of our work. All of our work is the interruptions in life. Hey, Sniper. Sniper says, all experiences, good or bad, is to share them for source. We understand happiness because what sorrow brings. I like that. I like how, I like what you're saying, Sniper, that for me, it strikes me that happiness isn't the absence of sorrow. Sorrow isn't the absence of happiness. And that when sorrow occurs, our ability to simply be within the appearance of sorrow is happiness. Does that make sense? Suffering occurs when sorrow happens and we say, I don't want this. When we try to push it away. When we try to experience something else. When we try to make happiness appear in the realm of suffering, instead of just saying, right now, suffering is happening. Sorrow is happening. Grief is happening. Pain is happening. Sniper says, Grand Rising, Eric and all. Good morning, Sniper. Yes, it's nice and warm. Awesome. So we're going to maybe live stream for about 5 minutes more. I'm going to take a bit of a longer walk this morning. Someone says, my boyfriend Harrison wants to prank me. She said, yeah, no. I prank on him yesterday twice. Way to go, Selma. You can't prank Selma. Selma is prank proof. Imagine how much patient, how much more gentle, kind, forgiving we would be if we remembered that the interruptions are the work. Here's another reason why I love the manual for teachers in a course. Let me bring it up real quick. The characteristics of God's teachers. And again, teacher of God is anyone who says we are a teacher of God. It is when, one second, the qualifications of God's teachers consist solely in this. Somehow, somewhere, he has made a deliberate choice in which he did not see his interest as apart from someone else's. I love that. So that means we are all teachers because we're demonstrating one thing or another. We always teach by our demonstration. The characteristics of God's teachers, or we could say someone who is awakening. Trust, honesty, tolerance, gentleness, joy, defenselessness, generosity, patience, faithfulness, and open-mindedness. Been thinking quite a bit about gentleness and defenselessness, but let me bring up joy real quick. Because we can say joy and happiness are the same thing. So this brings us into what our friend Dale was saying. Let me say hi real quick to our friend Skeeter. Hey, Skeeter. We got some love for a little bit. Thank you a little bit. Someone says, I pulled the best pranks on him. I got smarter and harder. You got lots of practice. Reducing a malus domestica. I'm going to have to look that up, Sniper. Someone says hi to Sniper. Someone says, I love you. Selma is always so full of love for everyone. She says hi to Skeeter. Good morning, everyone. Cheers, Brother Yogi. Positive vibes. Thank you, Skeeter. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, yep, Skeeter's going to be ice fishing around noon. So, guys, make sure that you are on the lookout. If you're not subscribed to our friend Skeeter, please do. You can get to go ice fishing with him, 12 o'clock. Between Skeeter and Bob, I've gotten a deep appreciation for ice fishing this year. It is nice and warm for Tundra. Awesome. Skeeter says, Selma, good morning. Someone says, good morning to Skeeter. Sniper says, hi, Selma, a little bit. Skeeter, right back up the tree. Be safe, Sniper. I know you always are. Sniper says, cooking apple and a huge one. About 85, 90 years old, 90 years young. Wow. Nice. The tree is in good hands with Sniper. Skeeter says, thanks, Brother Yogi. Absolutely, Skeeter. Someone says, Sniper, I'm still spying on my boyfriend Harrison. Hey, Isaac says, why do people criticize someone they don't even know? It's a good question. It is a good question. Why do people do anything? We don't really know. Other than, here's what the perspective from the psychology of both yoga and A Course in Miracles and Buddhism is that People are constantly projecting what they hold in their mind. What they hold in their mind is fear. Fear is projected because in yoga it is the 5 kleshas, the 5 afflictions of the mind, that we view the world through these lenses. Are what we are attracted to, our attachments to things, our aversions to things, and our ignorance, that we don't even know who we truly are. And in that ignorance, we think, we believe that we are small, separate, and limited. If we are small, separate, and limited, it means that we're going to die. And if we're going to die, there's a whole lot of fear. We're projecting that fear outwards. We always want things to be a specific way. We're attached to them, or we are averse to the way things are happening. So when we criticize, we are saying, I have fear of what is occurring right now, that there is fear in this moment. So if we can see that everyone is coming towards us, everyone is presenting us an opportunity to help them heal their fear, whether they realize it or not, whether we realize it or not. Isaac says, just going through some stuff at work. So Isaac, if you can imagine how much that person may be suffering, how fearful that person may be, that everyone who is criticizing. So this brings us back to what I was saying. Let's see. Isaac says, just going through some stuff at work. Understood. Real vibes only. I'm a human, not a robot. Gotcha, my friend. Hey, I even talk to robots. I have no problem having a conversation with robots. The goal is to get over the fear of the unknown and immerse ourselves and let go. Let me bring up Henry J.M. Nguyen and his quote. I've always been complaining that my work was constantly interrupted. Then I realized that the interruptions were my work. So imagine if the criticism, hey, Jahat says, hi, brother. How are you, my friend? So imagine if the criticisms, they're not criticizing you. They're not criticizing your job. They're not criticizing your performance. All of that lies within them, not in what you're doing. It's their projection. It's what they're perceiving, but it has little to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Your job, your one and only job, is just to keep loving, to keep refusing to accept the fear that is being offered from them, and to stay open and stay loving in every moment. So the criticism is your work. Does that make sense? The interruptions, that's your work. You get to reinterpret everything that's being offered to you. Do you take it as an opportunity to be kind, as an opportunity to be tolerant, open-minded, gentle, or to be defensive? If you're being defensive, all you're teaching is you have something to defend. If you take it at face value and simply say, well, maybe you have a point, then you just go back to work and you do your stuff. You're unaffected by the thing itself. Isaac says, yes, sir, it does make sense. Thank you. Yep, just keep turning to your own heart for guidance. Is it true? If someone criticizes you when you say, is it true? If it is true, what can you do to fix it? Being kind to yourself, being patient with yourself, what can you do to fix it? If it isn't true, who cares what they say? If it isn't true, it's just words. It's just an opinion. And an opinion is never the thing itself. Kat says, I'm fine. What about you? I'm fine too. Thank you. Isaac says, I appreciate your input, brother. Absolutely. Soma says, they just fart this morning. Well, it happens. Not to me, of course. And not to our friend Toy Pops. She never does. Isaac says, yes, it does make sense. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, guys, it is time for me to make my breakfast. Another bowl of oatmeal. I'm going to do about a 3-mile run and walk. Get my workout in. Hope everyone is having a good day. And we'll have a good day. Someone says I will cook her some beans. Excuse me, guys. Wow. That is an awesome looking tree, Sniper. Let's see. Isaac says, I hope you have the best day, brother. Thank you, my friend. Very much appreciated. Tanya says, bye, Yogi. Enjoy your day. I will. Promises be nice. might even get close to 60 degrees today. Selma says, I love you guys. We love you too, Selma. All right. Thank you. Sniper, enjoy your day. Skeeter says, positive vibes only. Man, that was an awesome looking tree, Sniper. All right. I'm going to see you guys. Take care.